Hi, today I'm taking you on an incredible journey into Greek mythology. Let's explore the captivating tale of the Trojan horse together. Beginning, a golden apple that sparked love and war. A long time ago, in an era when gods and mortals coexisted, the sea goddess Thetis and the mortal hero Peleus held a grand wedding. All the gods were invited to attend, except for Eris, the goddess of discord. Furious at being excluded, Eris seized the opportunity during the joyous gathering of the gods to throw a gleaming golden apple into their midst. Inscribed on the apple were the words, "To the fairest goddess." The golden apple sparked a dispute among three goddesses: Hera, the queen of the gods, Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. Each claimed to be the fairest and refused to yield. In the end, they left the decision to a mortal, Paris, the prince of Troy. Paris was invited to make a judgment, and he could not resist the temptation of Aphrodite, who promised to give him the love of Helen, the most beautiful woman in the world. However, Helen was already the wife of Menelaus, the king of Sparta. Paris brought Helen back to Troy, an action that enraged the Greek alliance. They considered it a grave insult and formed a massive coalition army led by Agamemnon, the brother of the Spartan king, to declare war on Troy. This conflict became known in history as the famous Trojan War. The prolongation of war and the interference of deities. The war dragged on for 10 years. The Greek allied forces and the Trojans were locked in a stalemate because the walls of Troy were incredibly strong, and the defenders of the city were protected by gods such as Apollo and Aphrodite. Although the Greek coalition had a formidable force, they suffered consecutive defeats. Their military might could not breach Troy, and the soldiers were exhausted from prolonged battles. However, just as the coalition was about to retreat, Athena, unwilling to accept that the Trojan prince Paris had given the golden apple to Aphrodite, revealed a strategy to Odysseus, a commander in the Greek forces. Trojan plan, a clever conspiracy. Athena instructed Odysseus and his men to build a giant wooden horse, lifelike in appearance, but hollow inside, capable of holding many soldiers. She told the soldiers, "We will feign a retreat and lead the wooden horse outside the gates of Troy as an offering to the gods. The Trojans will bring the horse into the city, and then we can emerge from within to open the city gates." The Greek allied forces feigned a retreat, leaving behind a wooden horse and a soldier who volunteered to be captured. This soldier lied to the Trojans, saying, "This is a gift from the Greeks to Athena, offered for safe passage as they departed. It symbolizes peace and protection. If placed within your city, you shall never face invasion again." The Trojans were overjoyed, believing this signaled the end of the war. Ignoring the warnings of the wise men within the city, they dragged the wooden horse inside and held a grand celebration feast. The night of the massacre, the destruction brought by the wooden horse. As night fell, the city of Troy was filled with laughter and cheer, as the Trojans reveled in the euphoria of victory. No one paid any heed to the wooden horse standing silently in the city center. In the dead of night, when the Trojans were deep in slumber, Greek soldiers hidden inside the horse emerged quietly. They moved swiftly, killing the guards and opening the city gates. At that moment, the Greek forces, who had pretended to retreat, stealthily returned and poured into the city. The entire city was soon engulfed in flames. Countless Trojans perished in their sleep, and the once indomitable city of Troy fell to ruin. Divine Spectators, the orchestration of fate. Although the destruction of Troy was a war between humans, its roots were deeply tied to the gods. Aphrodite bribed Paris with the most beautiful woman, Helen, igniting the wrath of the Greek alliance. Athena, out of her own resentment, guided the Greeks in crafting the Trojan horse, ultimately leading to the downfall of the city she once revered. Zeus, the king of the gods, remained a passive observer of fate from beginning to end, quietly watching as everything unfolded. Did you enjoy today's story? Stay tuned for more incredible and imaginative tales from Greek mythology, only here on Delson&House. See you next time, bye bye.